right. Don't cry for mummy. Miss me? I don't want to hurt you, but now I'm going to.
You found the Deadland slivers? Good. I set up the portal at the top of the hill behind me. Alatun, Kalia, and Destron. Then we can make our way to the summit. I need you to deal with a complication for me. Creatures were drawn to the hillside by my actions. Could you make sure the path to the top is clear? The last thing we need is for some mundane and random threat to provoke a response from Kalia or Destron.
Traveling with you isn't a tour, it's a tale.
All right, just like we discussed, focus on the slivers of Deadlands.
It's working!
I've never traveled by portal before.
Quick, step inside. Follow when you're ready, friend.
I greet you, mortal. As with Sombrin, I shall do all that I can to aid the twins. But first, they must survive the Ashen Forest. They must walk the path of the obelisks. Before I can teach them to contain their power, they must first come to understand it. The path of the obelisks will help them do so. They must visit the 3 ancient oracles and learn the truths that each will reveal. Protect the twins from the dangers of the forest. They cannot unleash their power safely until they have learned to control it. At each obelisk, you will bear witness to the truths they learn. Come to me when all is said and done. Then we shall see. The power of these 2 ambitions grows with every passing moment. You must hurry. The path begins to the northwest. Look for the obelisks of origin, empowerment, and inevitability. Each will reveal a hidden truth. The Dremora of my clan have dwelt in the Deadlands for ages uncounted. This is the seat of my power, just as it is Mehrunes Dagon's. My purposes, however, are my own. Allegiances among Daedra are not as simple as they are in the mortal world. Let us just say that I do not wish to see Mehrunes Dagon succeed in this endeavor. The ambitions must not fall into his hands. I cannot say for certain. Their truths are their own, not mine. Yet I know that they must walk this path. A mortal cannot become what they are meant to be without first understanding what they are. Much remains hidden from these two ambitions.
You lead.
Well done! That must be the first obelisk.
Prepare yourself, brother, while our friend activates it and serves as our witness. Something's happening.
The babes are asleep? How? I couldn't get the boy to stop bawling.
I fed the twins until they were full and exhausted.
Your Majesty, welcome. The babes are healthy and strong.
As commanded, my Emperor. She bore twins.
As Mehrunes Dagon commanded, so it has been done.
Our parents and the High Priest. I don't understand.
Maybe I should have joined the buoyant hommages.
Watch out!
That must have hurt.
Keep it away!
You're unstoppable!
I suppose this is the obelisk of empowerment.
Activate it, if you would, friend.
It's starting.
Time for the final ritual, my Emperor.
Proceed, High Priest.
O Mehrunes Dagon, Prince of ambition and destruction, imbue these infants with your power! Let it ripen and grow within these vessels until the appointed time.
As
So,
Dagon wills
Let
it.
it be done.
Our parents were sacrificed to Mehrunes Dagon? Why?
to know how to scrap.
That portal opened on its own. Suppose we should step inside.
This must be the day you learn you are destined to fail. That I and the waking flame emerged victorious.
No. Destron, is that us up there?
And Mehrunes Dagon? Is this our future, Kalia? Is this inevitable?
How long ago was it? When I crushed you and claimed the ambitions for myself. It must be rather depressing to see that all your efforts were in vain. That my victory is inevitable. Visions. You must understand the forces with which you meddle. Given your failures before you died, that doesn't surprise me. You entered the portal at the obelisk of inevitability in the Deadlands. What could be more inevitable than the future? Look around and see for yourself. The very fact that you stand before me proves that you didn't stop me. You didn't save the ambitions. You didn't save anyone. I destroyed you. Now this realm belongs to my lord and master Mehrunes Dagon. Look who stands behind me. Look at the throne on which I sit. Mehrunes Dagon may be the master of all Nirn, but he has given me Tamriel as my reward. From High Rock to Morrowind, all.
Mercenary, time to go. Through the portal, quickly.
Vandacia. He had us displayed like trophies.
We saw our future. We're doomed.
Snap out of it. What you saw was just one possible inevitability. Nothing is set in stone.
Vandacia is going to win. We saw ourselves. He was drawing power from us, like sipping wine from a chalice. But you saw how Vandacia looked. Strong, powerful, and Mehrunes Dagon looking down on us. How do we stand against that? Can it really be that simple? Was that the point of these visions? To show us how we were created, and to reveal a dark and possible future? All right, I understand. Just because the night is long, doesn't mean the sun won't rise tomorrow.
I didn't think that was how my story was going to end. I really thought we were going to win. Isn't it? You saw the Prince of Destruction. How can we hope to fight something like that, let alone his High Priest? Maybe it's better if we just let our powers consume us. At least then Vandacia won't be able to claim us. Now you sound like Kalia and Sombrin. You're right, though. We have power beyond anything Vandacia possesses. That's why he wants us. Once Zaina teaches us to control it, we'll be unstoppable. All right. We're with you. Let's go get this done.
The obelisk of inevitability reveals just one possible future. True, it's the most likely outcome, but it isn't the only one. Now that we know where things are heading, we can work to change the course. We're dealing with forces beyond our understanding. It was always going to be a difficult journey. But the obelisk of inevitability only shows what will happen if the perils of visiting oracles. Are we better off knowing what is to come, or continuing on in blissful ignorance? I believe our choices matter. I choose to.
Mortal who bore witness for the twin ambitions, let us speak. We can finally greet each other in person, mortal. Before we begin the process that will permit the twins to control their powers, I must ask you a single question. Why does one who abhors Mehrunes Dagon care what happens to his ambitions? A noble sentiment, but they are more than just people. They are powerful weapons. Dagon's priest imbued them with a portion of the Lord of Destruction's own energy when they were born. It has grown and intensified in the intervening years. Imagine that each ambition is like a mortal bank. Instead of gold, the priest deposited a portion of Dagon's energy inside them. That energy grew with them, compounding and doubling year after year like interest on your savings. It also transformed. In every way, what was once just of Oblivion became mixed with Nirn. Now that energy is a part of both realms. And that is why Mehrunes Dagon wants it back. It will give him the connection to Nirn that he so greatly desires. A path to your world. Their power is like a volcano, building until released as an explosion or a lava flow. One is catastrophic, the other merely destructive. I will delay the eruptions while teaching them to dissipate and maintain control. You may observe, of course. We must begin the ritual at once. This way.
Stay close, friend. I'll feel better knowing you're nearby. What's happening? What's going on?
Zaina, what are you doing?
Helping you fulfill your purpose. Your ambitions. You belong to Mehrunes Dagon.
What happened? Damn it! You betrayed us! Damn her! Zaina betrayed us and cast us into the spider nest! It's a dungeon beneath her sanctuary. She sends her enemies here to die. We aren't her enemies. She saved my life many times. If she'd wanted to hurt me, she could have... I don't want to believe that. But I heard what she said too. And she completely drained my energy. I can't call upon my power until it recharges. We need to find a way out of here. We need to get to Kalia and Destron before Zaina turns them over. First things first. I need to restore my power. Let me think. Zaina told me about an old foe she destroyed, tossed them into this place and kept their skull as a trophy. It may hold enough energy to recharge my power immediately. The skull is in the treasure chamber. You can get there through the east door, retrieve it, and meet me at the door in the north. When you find me, I'll be in a meditative state. Present the skull, and I'll do the rest. Menthix, an ancient rival. Challenging him was one of the last tasks Zaina assigned to me as she trained me to control my power. Together, we vanquished Menthix and left his bones in the spider nest. Zaina did something to Menthix to chain his essence here forever. She kept him from coming back by trapping his power here, below her temple. That's also why the skull contains energy. Energy I can use to recharge my own power. She probably didn't want to have to deal with 3 ambitions and you at the same time. She needs our powers at their full strength for whatever she has planned. She reversed what I did. I could feel it. Kalia and Estron's powers have been unleashed. Eventually. But probably not before she completes whatever she has in mind. Hurry. We need that skull. With it, I can recharge my power and help the twins. Then, when they aren't in imminent danger of exploding, we can figure out the rest. The skull contains the trapped essence of a powerful Daedric lord. If Xayna had simply killed her rival, he would have returned like Daedra do. So instead, she trapped a portion of his energy to keep him from coming back. You heard Xayna. My powers of both Oblivion and Nirn. I could use a spark from the trapped essence of a Daedric lord to recharge my power. That means Xayna's old enemy will be free to return someday. Not that I care about that anymore.
Change of plans?
feel the residual energy. Hold the skull toward me, please. While my power finishes recharging, take a look at what I found. I left it over there. All right, I'm ready. Follow me. We have to stop Zyna. Attack! She's doing something to the twins!
Coming for us.
Too late. Lord Dagon will reward me for securing the twins.
I'll help Callie and Destron. You deal with Zyna.
The ambitions belong to Lord Dagon. Their power is for him alone. My master will reward me for destroying you. The nature of the ambitions.
Enemy is this way.
I will not fail my lord and prince.
She was going to sacrifice us to Mehrunes Dagon.
Sombrin, how could you bring us to this monster?
She wasn't like
Something
this.
you need to discuss?
I didn't know.
Destron, help me open a portal. Like Sombrin showed us on the hilltop.
Problem, Sarah?
This wasn't how it was supposed to turn out. Come on. Let's go after them. Zyna, she never gave me any indication that she was going to betray us. That she was involved in our creation and wanted to sacrifice us to Mehrunes Dagon. At least the twins don't appear to be in imminent danger of exploding. Let me take another look at Zyna's contracts. Yes, it's here. Zyna used a holy book to show Von Dacia how to create the four ambitions. Could it have been the Mysterium Xarxis? She was always loyal to Dagon. She never wanted to help us at all. Hopefully, they're either still locked in a vault or wandering free like I was. I hate to think that Von Dacia captured them while we were busy elsewhere. I'm not sure what we should do next, my friend. It's beginning to seem hopeless. I hope you're right, but I can't see a way ahead from here. If all else fails, we'll destroy ourselves before we let Dagon win. We're the keys to unlock the barriers between here and the Deadlands. We can't allow ourselves to fall into his hands. Callie and Destron. They have no reason to trust me. Not anymore. But I'll still protect them. And somehow, I'll find a way to earn their trust again. Whatever Zyna did to prepare them to be sacrificed, it seems to have dampened their power. How long that will last, I have no idea. But until their power builds to uncontrollable levels again, they should be able to use it to help us. I'll try to train the twins as Zyna trained me. If all else fails, I can take them back to the Deadlands. The realm seems to naturally siphon off our energy and keep it at manageable levels. Not my first choice, but it will serve as a last resort. I'm sorry. I had no idea Zyna meant to betray us.
She wanted to kill us, Sombrin. An apology isn't going to cut it.
Destron, Zyna betrayed Sombrin too.
Because he was stupid enough to trust her.
I will make this right. I promise.
Let's return to the temple. We shouldn't be discussing this in the street.
Have you?
He had shoulders as broad as the Gerals. Too much?
I saw nothing. Hope we find something? What would you like to talk about? I don't regret throwing my lot in with you, if that's what you're asking. Problem, Sarah?
Gideon is not the ground on which we conduct this fight. There is a better place to defend the ambitions. You return at a grim moment, mercenary. While you were gone, word reached us that the Waking Flame is gathering an army. I fear it will soon march on Gideon. But Evely said you took the ambitions to learn about their powers. Did you succeed? We are all in danger. At least you kept the ambitions safe. I thank you for that. Concerning the cult, Evely and I have made plans. But first, I want you to have this. Compensation for the work you have done up to this point on Blackwood's behalf. The Order of the Waking Flame has cast a net around Gideon. Von Dacia is gathering an army, including guards from the garrison who were loyal to him all along. He knows the ambitions were here, and that they have now returned. No, the city is no place for a battle. When foes surround you, it is wise to put your back spines to a tree. We will move the ambitions to Fort Redmain. The Imperials abandoned it years ago, but my Blackfin Legion has been restoring its defenses. No, I have another task for you. Summon what allies you can to Fort Redmain to help defend the ambitions. I sent my legion ahead, but I fear we will need more warriors. Before you go, tell the ambitions what we are doing and why. They trust you. Tell the ambitions we will defend them with our lives. Just not here, where so many civilians could be endangered. Let us use Fort Redmain as the tree against our backs. Evely will see the ambitions safely to the fort. Talk to her before you go. I leave the specifics up to you. Consider who you have helped throughout Blackwood. Evely might have some ideas. Remember, this is not a mission for just any courier or messenger. The cult has made the roads of Blackwood especially dangerous. They are my brothers and sisters in arms, the finest Argonian warriors to ever emerge from Black Marsh. It started as a mercenary band and was tempered in the Akaviri and Alliance wars. Now they protect Gideon, and they will protect the ambitions. I leave the specifics up to you.
Tell the ambitions no army of crazed cultists is going to sacrifice them on our watch. But try not to alarm them, which might be tricky. After I send out the call for allies, I'll escort Sombrin and the twins to Fort Redmain. Right. Anyone with an army that can help us. You head to Leowin. I'm sure Captain Rian would be happy for the Ivory Brigade to lend a hand. Beyond that, what about anyone else you helped here in Blackwood? Anyone have any soldiers they can spare? If that's the case, just alert Captain Rian after you talk to the ambitions. Then head directly to Fort Redmain. But if you have the time, go help some people. The fate of the world's at stake. Someone may join up in exchange for a good deed. Tell Sombrin and the twins I'll be with them shortly. I have a few more details to work out with the governor. After that, go see Captain Rian and then meet me at Fort Redmain. But don't take too long. I'd rather you were there when the cult attacks. You went to the Deadlands? And you took the ambitions with you? What were you thinking? What did you expect was going to happen in the Deadlands? That's where Mehrunes Dagon keeps all his stuff. Well, at least everyone made it back. Now, we just need to keep them safe from Van Dacia and the Order of the Waking Flame.
The Order of the Waking Flame has an army. They're marching on Gideon.
locusts. The Blackfin Legion would give them what for.
I thought you said soldiers were useless against a cult like the Order of the Weak.
Something's going on, isn't it? Seems like every Blackfin Legionnaire is in a hurry today. Let me guess. Dacia's coming for us again. I know the place. It's an old Imperial garrison, isn't it? I passed by it during my travels after Varen's forces released me from my vault. A fort is more defensible than Gideon anyway. I see the logic. But aren't you coming with? I swear to protect the twins in your absence. I took Zaina at her word, and it nearly cost Kalia and Destron their lives. I'll die before I put them in danger again.
You there, I have something for you. Greetings. I bear a message to you from the sly T1, spymaster in service to Keshu the Blackfin. Ahem. It reads, meet me at the graveyard east of Gideon. Need your help. Urgent. T1 did not want to disclose too many details. This is a private matter, and he is always careful with information. I erect the spine of gratitude. Do not let T1's desire for discretion worry you. Please, go to the graveyard. Help him if you can. He is egg brother to me, along with Keshu, Vashuruk, and Zosin. We grew up together in the village of Sikat Yol. If you trust Keshu, you can trust T1. But I should let him speak for himself once you meet with him. It is a quiet place where secrets can safely be spoken aloud. But as spymaster, T1 could achieve the same secrecy in many places inside the city walls. It is curious, but that is between you and T1.
If your mouth
I told you not to spook him.
I was perfectly civil.
Your brand of civility leaves much to be desired. Ah, good. You've arrived. Your punctuality is appreciated. I am T1, spymaster of the Blackfin Legion. I serve General Keshu in all matters of intrigue. Though the matter I need help with is of a more personal nature. I hope I am right in trusting you with it. Straight to it, then. One of our own has gone missing. Zosin, one of our closest companions, and Keshu's principal ambassador. My informants tell me he was last seen speaking to a dark elf named Malin Drad. That's where you come in. Something's got him on edge. He won't talk to any of us. The members of the Blackfin Legion are easily recognizable in Gideon. I need someone he won't see coming. I want you to see if you can speak with him and learn what he and Zosin discussed. He's staying at the Egg and Hammer Inn. The method of information extraction is up to you, and I will see you rewarded. All I ask is that you be discreet. Too many prying eyes will ensure Zosin never opens up to us about whatever is going on. Once it was the name of General Keshu's army. Over time, it has come to be synonymous with those who follow her. Those of us that have been members of the Blackfin Legion since its inception have been close since we hatched from our eggs. Indeed, it includes Zosin, Vos Huruk, Pikirio, and myself. We have followed Keshu the longest of anyone. I still remember when Keshu had to rescue Zosin during our rites of maturity, after he fell into a patch of quicksand. He has grown distant lately, meeting in secret with other mages, disappearing for days at a time. There is something troubling him that he does not want his egg siblings to know about, but I believe he might have told Malin Drad. He is an odd one, but no villain. An accomplished mage and expert on the plains of Oblivion. He put his conjuration skills to work in service of the Ebonheart Pact, though he's since retired to spend his days drinking and poring over old tomes. Like most arrogant mages, he enjoys making sure others are aware of his superiority. He's a talker. My mistake was not stopping Voss before she confronted him directly. He doesn't want trouble with the Blackfin Legion, so he's playing coy now. Vos Huruk, likely the finest warrior in Gideon, next to Keshu herself, and certainly the strongest of our ranks. She grew up with the rest of us in Sikhat Zol, and much like myself, has served the Blackfin for many years. Apologies, it's Keshu's nickname. Voss was actually the one to witness the event that started it. During one of our trials, Keshu emerged from the dark waters of the swamp to kill 3 Naga. Like a Blackfin on the prowl, Peak Iril wrote.
Thanks for your help. Word of advice: step lightly around the Dark Elf when you speak with him. He scares easy. I think he soiled his robes when I first asked him about Zosin. T1 says that's my fault, though I do not see how. I have great love for him, but we have always been opposites. When we were hatchlings, I was busy bloodying my scales, while he was mixing alchemal tinctures. He is brave, and he is often too clever for his own good. I worry for him. No clue, but Zosin is a master conjurer and a veteran of many battles. I have no doubt that whatever trouble he's gotten himself into, it will not get the better of him. Still, I believe he needs our help, whether he asks for it or not.
Dance, my
He had
servant.
shoulders as broad
Spin
as
and
Gerald's.
swirl. Oh, but don't singe the rug. Welcome, welcome. Another adventurer comes seeking the wisdom of Malindrad. Eh? What will it be this time? Conjuration training? Escort through the greater plains, perhaps? I am not drunk. I am retired. Do you know how long I served those ungrateful wretches of the Ebonheart Pact? And was my severance in accordance with my service? Ha! But that's all changed now. Someone finally saw my value. I'm set for life. The very same. To think some consider him my equal in conjuration. Ah! Ridiculous. A true expert knows you never fall in love with your own conjured servants. I tried to talk him out of it, but he just kept raising his offer. He wanted a special ritual stone. I didn't have one, but I taught him the spells to make use of it. And we spoke of Doomvault Porsixid, a place that might contain such a relic. I told him to just summon a new servant. They're all the same. The damn fool! I told him to stick to Flame Atronachs. Sure, they can be nice to look at, but they're made of fire! He preferred to summon kin, warriors from the Deadlands and beyond. Not my type, but who am I to judge when the coin is good? As if a novice could understand the inner workings of a runic conduit intrinsically linked by its very nature to the chaotic creation of kin. Ha! Honestly, talking to you is making me sober. You're worse than that giant lizard woman. East out of Gideon, where the Blackwood turns to muck. It's hard to miss, but you should prepare yourself if you intend to enter. That's where Zos...
Let's ride!
You're back. Any luck? T1 went off to do a bit of investigating on his own, but he said he would return soon. Did you manage to get anything out of that idiot, Malin Drod? Ugh, these vaults make my scales itch. There's a power to them. More tempting to mages than most, I suspect. Did Malin say what Zosen's after? Love. Oh, not this again. By seed and spleen, I would bet anything that he's trying to reach Zyria. It's a long story. Back when the Blackfin Legion went to war against the Akaviri, alongside the Ebonheart Pact, Zosen summoned an entire cohort of Dremora warriors to help turn the tide. Zyria was among them, more loyal to Zosen than all the rest. They fell for each other on the battlefield. Then Zyria died for him. Of course, that's what conjured servants do for their masters. But Zosen didn't see it that way. Not with her. Wait. Here comes T1.
Zosen hasn't contacted anyone else in the Legion. Tell me you have something.
He's looking for Zyria.
Ah, I should have guessed.
Well, that explains why he didn't tell us anything.
Zyria. It's been a few years since I've heard that name. I take it things went better for you with Malin Drod than they did for Voss. No surprise there. Tell me what you know. A ritual stone. I suppose that makes sense. I assume Voss told you that Zyria died fighting for Zosen some years back. When a Dremora dies, it reforms on its home plane. But it takes a considerable amount of time before it can be summoned again. My theory is that this ritual stone Zosen went to gather might be able to circumvent the amount of time it would take to summon Zyria. Look, you've already done what I asked, but I could use your help for just a little longer. I need you to enter Doom Vault Porsixid and find Zosin. Make sure he's safe. He's clever, but there's no telling what kind of horrors await him in there. Voss and I are needed here. Please, find our egg brother for us. It's dangerous, even for a seasoned mage like Zosin. Hostile Daedra roam the halls, and I've heard reports that the deeper you go, the stranger things get. Like it's a window into oblivion. Be careful. Try to get him to listen to reason. He doesn't need to rush this. He should discuss it with Keshu and the rest of us. Conjuration is dangerous to begin with. A ritual of this kind? I'm not even sure Zosin knows what could happen if it goes tail up.
Hail, Wayfarer. Another member of the Fighters Guild. Bit of good fortune at last. I need a steady sword arm to handle business in this Doom Vault. Pays good. Are you willing to help a brother in arms? You've seen these vaults, yes? We call them Doom Vaults. They're some artifice of the Flame Father, Mehrunes Dagon. Our Hull Steward bid my comrade, Morgaine, and I explore this one. We expected to face cultists. What we found was a war. A host of scuttling Mephala spawn invaded the vault. I don't know how, but I do know why. They seek to take something from Dagon, a blasphemous device. We can't let either faction possess it, whatever it is. So, we destroy it. Thank you, Wayfarer. I would fight at your side, but I fear one of those beasts poisoned me. I would only get in the way. My ally, Morgaine, carried a sending stone. If you can find her body, we can use the stone to communicate. Onsi guide you. It will take more than the prick of a Spider-Kith's blade to fell Kud af Hadaja. Once this work is done, I'll seek out a healer in Gideon, but not before. Very little. It's a weapon, maybe? Or a device for summoning Daedric beasts? We heard Spider-Kith whispering about it, about how powerful it is and how it might aid Mephala in future schemes. They mentioned taking it back to the Skane in pieces. I don't think so. We found strange tools littered about, the kind of thing you'd find near a building site. Once you get inside, we can get a better sense of what exactly is going on and how far they've gotten. It's difficult to explain. Morgaine and I expected to find Daedric halls and chambers, but there's much more. Vast caverns that look like they were pulled from Tamriel itself. And I can't say for certain, but I think we entered another realm. Yes, a canyon of fire and stone. If I didn't know any better, I'd say we entered the realm of Dagon himself. This Doom Vault it's a place between places. I can't explain it. You'll see what I mean when you go inside. on the side! There you are. I'm glad you managed to make that stone work. Search the vault for any sign of this machine. If you find anything, use the stone to contact me. Onsi guide you, comrade. Pipes matches what we found deeper in the ruins. You've picked up the trail for sure. Keep looking. Those Dagon beasts dragged something out of here in a hurry. Keep going. The machine must be nearby.
If I am to die here, would I go to the same place as you? An adventurer? What? Of course he did. I tried to spare him of this. I tried to spare all my egg siblings, but things have gone awry. Yes, the Kinez Stone. And in my haste, I attempted to summon Zyria to my side immediately. A grave error. These vaults... Wait. The Kinez Stone also suffered from my impatience. Expended like it is now, it's useless. It needs to be recharged. Or this was all for nothing. Take it. Find trees like this one that still hold. It is difficult to explain. Conjuration requires a focus of 2 distinct points. Where the entity currently is, and where you wish it to appear. I underestimated the instability of these vaults. The swirling chaos clouded my vision. It's more complicated than that. The chaotic energy of Oblivion is bleeding through into Nirn, but it's overlapping our reality without replacing what is here. In all my studies, find more of these trees marked by runes. The ones next to us have been spent, the energy consumed by my botched attempt at the summoning ritual. But there are more not far from me. It may seem strange, but trees grow even in the realms of Oblivion. As on Nirn, they are blooming pathways teeming with the energy of their parent plane. That force powers the stone. I have enough magicka to shroud myself from sight. I won't be far behind. Many cautioned me when I revealed my love for Zyria. They said she was a demon, incapable of such emotions. That she would use my feelings to manipulate me. Though she is a Dremora, Zyria is different. Exiled from her clan, alone and hunted, simply because she is unique. I know I can protect Zyria as long as I am by her side, just like she once protected me.
Well, no, I guess it wouldn't. Maybe they should try that.
Profane forge? I can't let them finish building this thing. Hurry!
Of them. Oh, thank feck.
Her clan will never stop hunting her. We may be on the run for the rest of our lives, but at least we will be together. That should be enough. I have my strength back. I will go to T1. Meet me there.
Quit! said I. Watching.
Welcome back, comrade. Did you just... Good. Good. I couldn't leave until I knew. You did well, comrade. Better than Morgaine and I, at any rate. You would have liked her, I think. Here's your pay. The Fighters Guild and all of Blackwood, thank you for your efforts. I think I'll just sit here for a bit longer. I'd say we earned a sit down. Hey, comrade? I'm fine, Wayfarer. Fine. Just a little winded is all. I'll make my way to Gideon soon. Yes, I'm sure. Take care of yourself, comrade. And if anyone asks you what happened here, you tell them that Morgaine and Kud af Hadaja did their duty. Do that for me, all right? I couldn't say. Dagon wants to kill us all, right? Grandi Bramia used to tell me stories about great red siegecraft, dragged by giants with lava for blood. Never thought Mephala had an interest in conquest. But who knows? No one ever makes just one of anything. I hope this was the last of these machines, but you need to keep your eyes fixed on this. Don't forget what you saw in there. Morgaine and I were new to Blackwood. This was the only one we encountered, but people in Leowin insisted there are more. Some craft of the Longhouse Emperors. If more exist, I hope you do the same to them.
There is an aura of death about you. A quite dour and pervasive one at that. It's a good thing we found each other. I can patch you up in no time. Just need to identify the source of your spiritual malaise. Of course you do. To quote the famous ghost hunter Claudina Ildane, we mustn't shoulder the burdens of those who are gone. Their weight is light on the body but heavy on the mind. Well, the next step is complicated. I need to identify the spiritual passenger you are dealing with. Have you been in any locations rife with death lately? A terrifying cave or a haunted ruin? A forsaken forest, perhaps? That makes sense. Subterranean places attract all manners of woeful entities. They reside within the crevices, hide behind boulders, and wait beneath black pools. Did you encounter anything in the darkness? Your passenger seeks the familiar to distract them from their plight. They hide in you to enjoy a dull likeness of the life they left behind. I'm afraid it will never be enough to satisfy their craving. Now tell me, how are you feeling? Of course, you are afflicted with a traveler-type spirit. These entities seek those with a passion for adventure. In extreme cases, their influence towards recklessness has been known to lead to their host's death. Shall I begin the cleansing rites? Your time on this plane has ended, Spirit. The far shores call you. Go from this place and never return.
Where am I? I believe I've made an error in joining you on your quest. I'd hoped to leave with someone more daring. Terribly sorry.
May the spirits leave you in peace.
Good to have you back, brother.
Would have preferred not to have to send someone after you.
I know. I am grateful to you all. but I had to take this chance. I owe you a debt of gratitude, my newfound friend. Not only for pulling me out of that vault, but for being willing to help me recharge the stone. It should come as no surprise that I intend to attempt to summon Zyria again. However, my egg siblings are divided on whether this is the wisest course of action. T1 and I believe Zyria would make for a powerful ally in the battles ahead. Having her here now could save lives. On the other hand, Vas Haruk is right to caution that Zyria is an outcast kin. She cut ties with her clan, and they will hunt her. I do not know. Zyria is alone in the Deadlands, newly reformed and already running for her life. I want to believe I can keep her safe here, even if it means we might attract more enemies. Zyria is a powerful ally and friend, and yet an outcast Dremora will almost certainly draw some measure of unwanted attention towards the Blackfin Legion and Gideon. It is a difficult decision. Speak with T1. Were it not for you, I would never have retrieved the stone, and this choice would not be before us now.
A decision must be made. In this time of strife, do we remain overly cautious and refuse to act? Or should we recruit? I am, and not only for Zosin's sake. There's a storm coming, friend. If a war with Oblivion itself is in our future, I am not sure our Imperial allies will be enough to help us drive them back. We're going to need all the help we can get. I am the Blackfin's spy master. I win battles by being better informed than my enemies. Zyria may know something of Dagon's plans, and even if not, she knows the tactics and weaknesses of Daedric forces. I think it is well worth the risk.
Change of plans?
Of course Zosin wants to summon her. I should have known. But we must consider our course carefully. Having a Dremora in our midst could affect far more than just our own family. You have seen the dangers General Keshu and the rest of us face now. Vaults of Oblivion, cultists in service to Mehrunes Dagon, and tenuous alliances to meet them. Now is simply not the time to take unnecessary risks. Against any other foe, yes, she is of the Deadlands, the home plane of the very enemies we found on our doorstep. An outcast Dremora at our side may only serve to draw the full might of the Dagon's armies down on our heads. Think on this.
Zyria is a powerful ally and friend. Were it not for you, I would never have retrieved the stone, and this choice would not be before us now. Having Zyria by my side once more will certainly outweigh any risk. So what if a few more Dremora come looking for a fight? We will banish them back to Oblivion. Together. Thank you, my...
It will be good to see Zosin and Zyria reunited, and I look forward to picking her brain in regards to whatever Dagon's forces have in store for us. No doubt she will, just as you have. You've done more than I could have asked. You're one of us now, as far as I'm concerned. I hope, if it comes to it, you'll fight beside us once again. Take this. You've earned it.
The conjuration ritual starts now. Stand back. Zyria Kenaz Clan Shardai, Zan Phaedra Shardai, Zan Dagon Zyria. Zosinakam Ziria.
Zosin, my love, you found me!
My dearest Ziria. I never stop searching. You remember my family.
Of course, except for this one.
A new friend. Most worthy. Without them, I would not have been able to bring you back.
Then you have my thanks as well, hero. And my promise of aid in the battles to come.